Good morning, students. I myself Divakar Pandey from KUNTI Nagar Modern English School, NAWADA, and today I am going to provide you my video lecture of lesson 6 of lesson 4, which has been taken from class 6. And welcome to you in your e-learning class. As we have studied that there was apartheid law in South Africa in which non-whites were not allowed to vote, and the wasteland of the country was reserved only for the white people. No, and non-whites people had to live on the worst available land. Like this, blacks and colored people were not considered to be equal to whites. Hector Peterson, who was also a black African, lived in Western Township that name was Soweto. He and his classmates joined the protest against against learning the African language in a school. And this was the language that was spoken by white people. But they wanted to learn their own language, and this language was Zulu. But protesters who were included in protesting, that people were beaten up and shot on by the African police, and unfortunately in this crowd Hector Peterson was killed on 16 July 1976. Finally, when we come to study, we find the African National Congress, that was a group of people who led the struggle a struggle against the apartheid law. Now we study about this group that was apartheid law, and that was against the apartheid law, and this group was called African National Congress. Yes, African National Congress. That group was led by Nelson Mandela. It means whose most well-known leader was Nelson Mandela, who fought against the apartheid system for several years. And finally, in 1994, South Africa became a democratic country in which people of all races were considered to be equal. Now let us try to understand what it means, what a democratic government means to all of us. First of all, we come to participation. Yes, it is very necessary to take participation for all the people in a democratic country, so that people can make decision through voting in elections. People elect their leaders to represent them, and these representatives take decisions on behalf of the people. Like this, all government are elected for 5 years in India. It means in our country, elections always held on after 5 years. And if they want to continue, it means if the elected representatives want to be elected, it means want to continue to be in power, they have to be re-elected by the people. Like this, through this movement, people can sense their power in a democracy, and the power of the government gets limited by regular elections. Now we come to what are the other ways of participating. Yes, Besides voting, other ways of participating in the process of government by taking interest in the work of government. It means whatever work are being done by the government, people can participate it. To like this, we can say that beside voting, other ways of participating in the process of government by taking interest in the working of government and by criticizing it when required. They can take out rallies and organize a signature campaigns. So these are the other ways to take participate. It means to take participation in the work of government in a democratic country. Now we come to the next point. Like these people express their views and make governments understand what actions should be taken by the government. For example, dharnas, rallies, strikes, signature campaigns are the some important ways of people participation. Media such as newspaper, yes, magazines and TV also play an important role in discussing government issues and responsibilities. Another way for people to participate is by organizing themselves into social movements that seek to challenge the government and its functions. Like this, all the military, it means all the minority community like Dalits, Adivasis, women and other are, it means others are often able to take participation in this manner. Now when we study need to resolve conflict, yes, we need to resolve conflict. First of all, we should follow what are conflicts. When people of different cultures, religions and regions or economic background do not get along with each other, or when they feel any discrimination against themselves, conflict may occur. People may use violent means to settle their differences. That leads to, yes, that leads to fear and tension among others living in an area. But this is responsibility, yes, this is the responsibility of government to help in resolving the conflicts among people. Such types of conflicts. Now let us try to follow a religious process. It means religious processions and celebrations. Sometimes rivers too can become a source of conflicts between two or more than two states. For example, we can take the issue of the Kaveri water dispute. Yes, the Kaveri water dispute is such type of issues that can be explained for this. What was the Kaveri water dispute? The Kaveri water dispute between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu was, it means this dispute was among the, it means between the state of Karnataka and Tamil Nadu. The water stored in Krishnanagar Dam, Krishnasagar Dam in Karnataka is used for irrigating a number of districts and for meeting the needs of the city of Bangalore. The water stored in Mattu Dam, where in Mattu Dam in Tamil Nadu, which is used for crops grown in the delta region of that state. What happened in this conflict? It means in Kaveri water dispute, a conflict arises because both dams are on the same river The downstream dam in Tamil Nadu can only be filled up if water is released from the upstream one located in Karnataka. Therefore, both states can't get as much water as they need for people in their states. And this leads to conflict. The central government has to step in and see that a fair distribution is worked out for both states. Like this, it can be with the example of reverse matter of conflicts. Now, when we study about equality and justice, yes, one of the key ideas of democratic government is its commitment to equality and justice. Equality and justice are inseparable. How? The earlier practice of untouchability is now banned by law. Yes, this group of people were denied education, transport, or medical facilities, and even the chance to offer prayers. Have you listened to the name of Dr. Ambedkar? Yes, Dr. Ambedkar, whom you have read about earlier in this book. It means in your chapter. And many others like him realized that such practices must not continue and that justice can only be achieved when people are treated equally. Like this, we can say that the government also organizes this and makes a special provisions for groups within society that are unequal. And the government steps, it means the government can take a step in to promote justice by providing a special provisions that can enable girls to overcome the injustice that they are subjected to. Thus, it can be said that it is possible that fees for girls might be waived or lowered in government school or college, and like this, equality and justice can be applied to resolve conflicts. Okay, thank you. Have a nice day.